the 20th of August, 2021. I'm going to start straight from the cuff. I'm hoping to at least last over 10 minutes. I come here with a teleological, thoughtful process, trying to influence young adults, older generation perhaps, and youth of today. Life isn't about ducking and diving, racketeering, getting involved in gangs, knife crime. I was born and raised by a lot of aspirations. Went to the Church of England primary school. Doesn't mean I'm a better person, because you still have to go through life and go through life hurdles or jump through hoops to get where you need to get in life. Everyone's got a life of purgatory. No one's perfect. You could be the top prime minister, but have had a life of purgatory where you've had ups and downs through relationships, ups and downs through friends. You could be the best football player in the world, but how many people? You could be the best football player in the world, but look at Eric Cantona. How many people were injured all through the years? But he's still a world-class football player. What I'm talking about today is life chances, life goals, ambitions, hobbies, interests. What route do you take? You knew you was good at sport as a kid, athleticism. But with athleticism, it comes a lot of risk. Athleticism, whatever you do, any sport you do in this world, it comes with a lot of risk. So you've always got to work hard throughout your studies as a child, as a teenager, going through college, going through university. You've always got to fall back on your wisdom, your knowledge. You'll be optimistic. You've got to work hard for your academics. I mean, as a kid, I like reading, I like studying, but I always seem to put it to a side, because it's easy to put studying to a side, isn't it? It's easy to put a book down because you've got to sit there, but you get bored reading day in, day out. But you really, really have got to start enjoying your academics. You really have got to start enjoying your academics. Sorry about that. That's my cousin. Let me just text him. We're going to carry on this conversation. This conversation. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is, don't always go for plan A. We all want to be this superstar football player. I was a kid, I wanted to be a superstar football player. I was a superstar football player in my region. But it's life chances that let me down time and time again. In the constituency where I was, the top athletes were, all I was a top athlete in southeast region. There isn't no top squad or top scouts to bring you in to say that you're good enough to play for Manchester. That's up north. Or Arsenal, which is in London. Then you got travel expenses. That's sociological world can break your dreams. We're living with a poor family, not poor family, but a family that try and bring up children. It's not a poor family, middle class family. If you've got food in the fridge, your money in your back pocket, that's a middle class family in this day and age. You ain't got to look at places like Venezuela, Haiti, the poorest countries in the world. Afghanistan at the moment, look how they're living out there, passing their children over a wide fence just to try and give their children a chance in life, because sooner or later they might get shot at, sooner or later they might get bombed. It's some of the things we're reading about Afghanistan last few days, it's horrific, Your heart and condolences can only go out to hope they pull through. War, territory, it's a shock, big shock. We just got to think how lucky we are, but what I'm trying to say is don't throw your academics away. That's your life chances. Your academics is your life chances. Some of the top athletes in the world, they're very, very lucky. Some of them ain't got no academics to fall back onto after giving up professional football or professional boxing. They got no brains left, or they went in with no brains anyway. So what they're going to not That's not me digging him out, because I was athleticism doing professional boxing with brain injury. I'm very, very, very lucky to have a life chance getting my academic integrity. I mean, you listen to me day in, day out. I'm just here now to alliterate us adults. Listen in, us adults. I'm an adult. What I'd like to preach to my children, and I write my children letters to let them know. Make sure you do not fall back on your academics. Remember, you got aspirations, you got ambitions, and you got hobbies and interests. You don't know if you're good at your interest because it's your interest. You got an interest in, I don't know, you say your hobby is football, but you got an interest in basketball and you're thinking about taking it up. But you know you're really good at football. But your second thought is, shall I become a basketball player? We all do as a kid. Shall I be this? Shall I be that? Shall I do this? Shall I do this? I just want to work in a supermarket, become a footballer. But then you start to get injuries, realising you can't do manual work. You need to do an office job, but you didn't want to do your academics for doing office work while you're playing football because you're too interested in football. My secondary year, I've done ICT, lucky enough. That's why and media studies. That's why I'm pretty good at media studies. That's why I'm quite influential at speaking. You know, tell people their rights and wrongs, hoping that they will have they can give their children a better upbringing and the direction of choice I chose. I've got cognitive skills, maybe not the best, but it could be better. That's why if you work in an office, you get a buddy, and a buddy will teach you the ropes, teach you the extra cognitive skills that you need to get from A to B in our office work. I've done business management course. I'd love to work in an office as a business manager someday, or assistant manager. Assistant manager is what I'd like to acquire first of all. I just need someone to take me under the wing, take me on. If it's in a solicitor's office, perhaps, or being like a Mackenzie friend for alienated parents, perhaps, or helping young offenders get back on a straight and narrow. You know, kids run out of life chances. Youth today run out of life chances because of academics, hobbies, interests, ambitions. Which road to take? Which route is the best route? You're watching TV, too much TV. You see actors, you see theatre, you see football players, you see top of the pops, the best singers. And your daughter or your son, your daughter wants to become a singer, or your daughter wants to become a football player. Perhaps let's not be sexist here, but yeah, you know, that's their hobby. But what about the academics? What about the academics? I've met some really good kids. I mean, I used to train youth for today, you know, really good kids coming through. Some really intelligent kids. I mean, I've done human biology, as a personal trainer for our boxing gym. So I'm quite clued up when it comes to, the human mechanism, the muscles, the breathing aspirations, muscles, bones, exercise, how to keep the synovial fluid moving, all that kind of stuff. It's teaching the youth of today. Some of the kids that are coming through the door, the academics that some of them kids had to what I had back when I was at school, it's phenomenal. Some kids really are working at both. To have both cognitive skills, your hobby and your academics, is a phenomenal thing to do. Because I'm one of those people, I'm all or nothing. All or nothing. If I'm studying 7 days a week. If I'm doing sport, especially boxing, I just train 3 times a day, 7 days a week, burning a candle at both ends. I was older. I was at my pinnacle year of when I was doing boxing with a head injury, so I wanted to make sure I was in the best. I was the best prodigy of myself. You're your own prodigy at the end of the day. You've got to, whatever you want to do, you've really got to work hard at it. That's what, remember me saying for previous shows, you come to Spaghetti Junction. What road to take? It's a bit like the same sort of thing. Before I was talking about alcoholism, narcotics, takeaways, or the road to purity, the road to etiquette. What road are you going to take? You can't have the first three turnings, because that's going to blur your vision. So this one, what are you going to take? Ambition. The Spaghetti Junction, you can take the turn into ambitions. Are you going to take a turn into aspirations? Are you going to take a turn into hobbies? Or are you going to take a turn into interests? As a child, even now at my adult age, I'm thinking I'm studying history and politics in my academic years in the university. I'm coming to my second year. I think, is it really for me? It is for me, because I'm a political influencer. I do a lot on social media, but what I need to do is protect my integrity. You get a lot of social media harassment through sport. You can get social media harassment through sport, through past schools. You know, idiots that you grew up with at school. You know, bullying's always going on. Bullying, hatred, xenophobia, fascism. Or they just don't like you because you go to church, or they don't like you because you're studying. People want to sit there, oh, you're wasting taxpayers' money. When you're a kid, you graduate from school, you get put into university. Government has stuck you into university because you've got good grades. So the government helping you get to where you need to get in life. I'm getting a second chance at life through the government. They've decided that where I am, where I sit, and what I talk about. As long as I'm not giving hate crime, as long as I'm spreading the word of love, you know, the world will become a better place if people just got on with their own direction of life, you know. Why would you sit there and criticise Boris Johnson? Why would you sit there and criticise Sir Keir Starmer, especially if you've not got no knowledge in politics? We can all sit there and say X, Y, and Z from reading black and white newspaper. But what a politician has to do, Sir Keir Starmer, Boris Johnson, if they want to get something put through Parliament, say we need to shut off the airports because of COVID. COVID's coming in from Brazil. COVID's coming in from Brazil. Got to shut the borders for the flights from Brazil to England. Well, Brazilians can get through to North America and get a flight from there over. Or there could be Brazilians through to Italy for holiday and then come over. But anyway, they've got to pass, for them to shut the border, they've got to pass it through legislation. To pass something through legislation in any judiciary could take anything up to 2 months. You get sent a letter and then attend a conference call. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. And then you got a political argument with the owner of Brazil, the owner, the Prime Minister of Brazil. Well, if you're going to shut Brazil, we're not going to send our globalization is going to shut down. We're not going to send our produce over. Simple as that. So it's an argument between a lot of people. So when people say it's Boris Johnson's fault, it's this person's fault, not many people think past their nose or don't have a brain in between their ears. It's crazy. Critical people can put your child down in a sport on Facebook for bullying and harassment. It's not fair, you know. These people are honourable gentlemen. How do you discriminate a interest and hobby? It's not really discriminating. It's not. I don't mean discriminating the interest or hobby. It's discriminating the person who's doing the interest or hobby. It can blur your vision. Someone giving you hatred against anything really in life. Say you're a football player and you get death threats, or you get people taking the mickey out of your skin. It's going to make you feel anxious. It's going to give you anxiety. It's going to blur your performance. So when you go to perform in a professional, say you're not even professional, you're mediocre, trying to get professional with all that hard training that you do. You're doing football. You got loads of people booing you on the sideline because you've got a pair of Dunlop football boots on. You haven't got the latest football boots on, or you're wearing pink football boots. You're buying your sister's football boots, perhaps. but just little things like that. Critical people can damage people's influence in anything, any sport, like if I'm talking out in public, for instance, and people start taking the mickey the way I speak, the way I talk, or the way I look. It's going to make you stutter. It's going to make you stumble. It's going to make you become nervous. That's just what I'm getting at. Some of these quiet people that are too quiet to speak out their opinion because of discrimination. Because of discrimination. Is that fair? Is that fair? It's not fair, is it? Why do people so hatred in this world? That's why in most of these committee meetings, I mean, in Parliament, you got to get through police, and inside Parliament, you got people that are educated. They've all got their honours. They've got their honourable gentlemen or honourable women. They've gone and done their tuition, so they get respect from the others that done their tuition. I think they probably still discriminate each other to a certain extent, I should imagine. But it's the same within sport, isn't it? You got a kid in maths class that's a school bully watching you at the football game, saying, "I'm going to get you after the game," putting you off your vision. That's what I'm trying to get at. You for today, I've got it hard. I'm just trying to, alliterate from me growing up things that have stopped me achieving what I wanted to achieve in life. Me being a middleweight professional boxer, I was under the odds for when I started. Anyway, I was a middleweight boxer, stuck in the ring with people that are stone over me, stone over me, with a head injury. That was is hurtful. I didn't get looked after. Very, very hurtful. I've got over it. At the end of the day, I'm going in a different direction. I'm hoping to get a better chance at life now. And I think that life wasn't actually for me. So I'll keep my head down in my academics and get where I need to get. And doing my shows like this to help other people. I don't want to give up car spots. I don't want to give up YouTube. It's something that I enjoy. Absolutely. It'd be nice to have when I do a thing on a multimedia app where I can get people talking on the screen and you can see their visual sitting next to me in the box. It's a bit like Zoom, like a Zoom call, but it's not. It goes on YouTube, it goes on Twitter, it goes on Facebook, all in one application. It'd be great to get any people from the audience that will talk about globalisation or anything that comes up to the eyes, and maybe talk about homeless people or anything, really, anything, infrastructure that's coming up in the coming years, in wherever you are in your constituency or state province, if you're from across the globe. But anyway, ladies and gents, that was just a short catch up. I've got a loving leave. I've got to get ready for this evening. I've got a show this evening. Really am overwhelmed to have you guys listening. It's only a short show today, but I just wanted to let you know I'm still about. Just wanted to say thank you, God bless, one love, and speak soon. Don't forget to attend church on Sunday. I'll tell you what, in church, I found a lot of good community to work with. I want to help alienated parents, mothers and fathers. Alienated mothers and fathers. I say it in that perspective because there are alienated mothers, and in this world, 9 times out of 10, it goes in a woman's favour. It does go in a woman's favour, but I'm not going to be sexist because I'm a male, so I'm not going to go alienated fathers. I'll put the woman first for that specific reason. It's the Queen's Gatherence in the face of the earth. It's the Queen's land, and we've got to respect her authority. So that's that. I'm going by the by, But attend church this Sunday. If you usually don't go to church, it's a really good insightfulness of abiding by the law, 10 Commandments. It's the mediocre of all law. I'm not going to say that it's a bit, I don't want to put people down that really put their heart and soul in the church, but it's where law began. It's the main law. It's the main law attraction, really. But then we've got our parliament. To me, because I'm studying politics, parliament is the biggest judicial in the UK. I didn't mean to put it in that context, so I put it to right off church, because I was born in the Church of England and I went to Church of England primary school. And I always turn to God for faith, to know that I will pull through. I've had a bit of time out of church. My dad's going into a heart operation. I've stayed out the way of any public services for the only reason being is I don't need to be around a lot of people being in contact with coronavirus. So I'm just keeping people at arm's length. Although I've been on the train twice, 100 miles, twice just recently as COVID restrictions have lifted quite a bit. I've gone to Sussex. I will hold my hands up. I was pretty stupid, but I was fully covered. I got a COVID rapid test kit, and being locked down on your own for 3 years, it feels like. It's only 2 years, but it feels like 3 years been locked down on my own, talking to myself, talking to the walls, thinking, my goodness. First year I'd study, second year I'd no study. I was driving myself absolutely insane. Going back to study in October. Investigating the social world, which I found very interesting. For some reason I struggled. I don't know why. Because that's something I'm really interested in, investigating the social world. We all live in a sociological society, some worse off than others, through urban areas, council estates, full of juveniles or crime. Anyway, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for tuning in. It's Proclamation News, Gatherence. It's a prodigious, prominent Professor Johnson. Have a wonderful weekend. Also, try and protect yourself through harassment, cyberbullying, people breaching ASBO. You've got to protect yourself. Don't be afraid to contact law authorities and give the names of the incompetent people. We all leave in life. I mean, we go through life, you get in relationships, you have breakups. Some easier breakups than others, some worse off than others. But you always leave like a cowboy's trail behind. They always come back to bite you in the backside when you start to succeed in life. But always remember, cover your tracks, protect your integrity. Don't rise to it. That's my worst habit. My worst habit, rising to idiots. They're not idiots. It's just a mental health disorder that they've, whatever, I don't know. It's a mental health disorder. They can attack you at any given moment. Sometime the past will never drift away. Anyway, guys, take care. One love. Speak soon. Think positive. Go to church. You'll come out refreshed on a Sunday morning to have a different ambition the following week. Take care. One love. Speak soon. And God bless. All right, bud. Yeah, I'm just gonna get changed on my show tonight, mate, as well. So yeah, give us a call whenever, mate. My show starts at 9, so I'll be able to speak to you before you go. Yeah, I'll catch you in a bit, buddy. Breathe in. Big B. Yeah, toad. Oh, the show's not ended. I'll prefer it now. Sitting here.